Hello my lovely Aquarians, it's Joanne Ward Glasgow Medium here with a general reading for the sun sign, moon sign, Venus sign, rising sign of Aquarius. This channel is dedicated to the lovely sign of Aquarius, for I am indeed an Aquarian myself. And because we're the best star sign, I decided to dedicate my readings to Aquarius exclusively. Cross-watchers are also welcome here as well. And today I'm using the beautiful Rorig Tarot. You can see this is a very well-used deck. I've been using these cards for a long time. And we're going to look at love, career and family for Aquarius for early January 2026. So what do I need to know for Aquarius in love? Please show me for the collective Aquarius what I need to know for Aquarius in love. Let's see. Okay. So for Aquarius in love, what's coming out for you this week is the Emperor. The Emperor upright. Now, when we see the Emperor in any reading, my first thought is always one of authority, one of control. You can see there's a fairly middle-aged, distinguished-looking man here. Now, in the traditional tarot, the Emperor usually does represent your father, dead or alive, but not always. He can represent a lover or a partner in your life who maybe takes their role as father very seriously. This can be a man in your life who likes everything to be tightly controlled. You can see the brill cream here, the beautiful haircut that this man has, how good looking he is. He's like a film star from the 30s or 40s. And there is not a hair out of place. He's wearing an ermine coat here. So he is someone who takes a great pride in his appearance. Appearances are important. Not only how he looks to people, but also how people perceive him. And most importantly, how do people perceive him as husband and father? How do people perceive him in that role of responsibility? So if this indeed is your lover, Aquarius, then what I would say is this is a person who's very concerned with how you see him and how others see them as the father figure, the person with responsibility. I think if you have a lover or a partner in your life at the moment, if you're in a no contact situation, what that would tell me is that he doesn't like how you are perceiving him. Perhaps you have brought things to the surface about his parenting that have upset him, or perhaps his adult children or his young children even in his life perhaps have been creating a situation where his parenting is necessary, where it's required, where his involvement is required, and perhaps you've said something that has been a catalyst to instigate him to be more involved with children who are needing his help. Maybe your parenting with children makes him see where he's lacking, or where perhaps his ex is lacking. If she is the mother, if there's an ex who is the mother of his children, perhaps your great parenting skills make him see where she has shortcomings. This is a man who's all about control. So if you're in a no contact situation as well, I feel that maybe he has withdrawn emotionally from you. That's maybe been going on for some time, but ultimately everything is about control. Perhaps he is issuing some sort of capital punishment. In a sense, he's being punitive in the way he's behaving. He's punishing you for something you've said or done that's upset him. Perhaps, literally, there's a kink in the bedroom. Maybe he likes to issue a little bit of spanking. If you're that way inclined together as a couple, if you're into that kind of thing. But he's definitely someone who's in control. In the bedroom, I would say he's someone who's a thrilling and exciting lover. He likes to demonstrate his dominance and control within the bedroom. And Aquarius, I think you're quite happy to accept it in a bedroom situation, but not out with the bedroom. because as an Aquarian native, you are very much a person who's independent and likes to be in control of your own self and your own choices in life. In the bedroom, that's a different thing. Behind closed doors, I think maybe you do like to relax and be a bit more submissive, but out with the bedroom, you prefer to be in charge. So ultimately, this has maybe led to the no contact situation because there are two people here who both want to be in charge, who both want to be in control. Ultimately, the Emperor, he can be a good man. He may be a Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn, or he may have the qualities of those signs. He's definitely someone who you don't push. You know, he is loving and giving and a great father, a great husband, a great partner until you push him. And if you push him, then woe betide the wrath that you're going to receive. That's all I'm going to say about this. So for this week, I think if there is a no contact situation, you will see that continue as he persists in his attempts to maintain control over you or over the relationship. He has fatherly concerns that he needs to deal with, to do with children, to do with exes, to do with other commitments. He's trying to get his life in order. He's trying to maintain balance and stability over his own life during a time that feels unstable. And he doesn't like to be unstable. He likes everything to be calm and stable, and he likes to know what's going to happen next. He doesn't really like surprises. So I feel there's just so much going on in his life just now that removing himself from you is the only way that he can maintain control. He's got other things to deal with. And as I say, there's maybe something punitive here in the fact that he is punishing you by not speaking to you or giving you the bare minimum. So I'll be looking at a more in-depth love reading for Aquarius for the second week of January, around Wednesday or Thursday. So we'll go into that in more depth then. But I'll leave that with you for now in regards to love for this general reading for this week. Now, I feel as well I want to look at your career and your family life. So as I look at career for Aquarius, what do I need to know? Well, for Aquarius, for your career this week, what I see is the moon. And when we see the moon affecting your career, what this would suggest to me is that there are some things just now that are hidden from you. There are things that you cannot see. Now, when we look at the moon from Earth, we only ever see one face of the moon. We never see the dark side of the moon from Earth. So the moon card always represents something that is hidden, something that we cannot see. You can see the person in the card here has their head in their hands. They look like they're in some kind of distress. And you can see there is what appears to be a doctor's prescription pad behind the figure on the card. When I see this card, it always makes me think of a person who's going through mental and emotional turmoil, mental and emotional distress. So this may be affecting your work this week, Aquarius. It may be that you're going through emotional and mental anguish. This might be to do with the love situation I've just mentioned, or it could be to do with other things going on in your life. But ultimately, it is affecting your career. It's affecting how you function in your daily life. It's affecting all areas of your life. So there may be some illusions, some deception going on, something that's yet to come to light. That may not come to light for another 18 days or so. So another 2 to 3 weeks roughly before these things that are hidden from you come to light. So in the meantime, I feel I need to say to you, if you do feel like you're at breaking point, you've got to dust yourself off and start all over again. You've got to get up, you've got to go to work, you've got to earn money. If you're running your own business like me, then put your face on for the world. Put your smile on no matter what's going on in your life, and get out there and start earning, my darling. Because if you don't, you will suffer, your family will suffer. You have to earn money. So get yourself up and dressed and out to work. As I say, if you're self-employed, get your face on, get yourself on your socials, advertising your business. Do what needs to be done to bring the money to the table. Any anguish that you're going through emotionally or mentally, it's only ever temporary, and by the time of the next full moon, things will have changed and things will be moving on. So remember that no matter what is happening in your life, it's always temporary. Okay, now as we move on and look at your family this week, I just want to see what comes out there, and we'll have a look and see. Okay, so for family this week, now I want you to remember these are general readings, okay? This is for the collective star sign of Aquarius, and there are a lot of Aquarians in the world. So this message may be for you, it may make sense to you, maybe what I'm saying can make sense in some way, but not in the way that I'm putting it across. So take what resonates and don't get caught up in it too literally. And if it's not for you, scroll on by, and maybe this message isn't for you, maybe it's for another Aquarius. Okay, so for family this week, we've got the Prince of Wands out. Now, when I see the Prince of Wands in this particular deck, he represents to me the Knight of Wands, I think, from the traditional tarot, if I remember right. So the Princess of Wands in this deck will be the Page, the Prince is the Knight, and the Knight is the King. I can't quite remember, but anyway, I'm going to interpret it in the way that I look at it. It's been a long time since I've read Carol Rorig's book. Okay, but the Prince of Wands, when I see this, this makes me think of the Knight of Wands, okay? So, there are 4 knights in the tarot, and when I see this particular one, what I'm drawn to is that heart that has been broken into 1,000 pieces, and it's been glued back together again. So what this would tell me is that there is some kind of message, because I believe that this is action. The knights are about action. So there's some kind of message winging its way to you this week related to heartbreak. Now, although I'm looking at family, I feel this is to do with a no contact situation, to do with a husband, partner or lover who you consider to be your family, or who's been heavily involved with your family, or perhaps as the father of your children or the mother of your children. And what I see here is this heart that's been smashed into smithereens. I feel that's your heart, Aquarius. And I feel there's some sort of message this week or contact this week from your person that is going to help you to start to glue your heart back together again. I also feel this is a symbol of emotional support from a family member who's supporting you through a no contact situation with a lover. And I also feel that this card, being the Wands, is about fire. So it's about passion, it's about anger possibly, but it's certainly all about passionate energy. And it's a suggestion of some sort of movement towards you, some sort of change in the situation that is going to restore this heartbreak and mend broken hearts. It may be you and your person are both feeling brokenhearted at the moment due to a breakdown in your communication, due to a situation where perhaps one of you has walked away from the relationship because you can't see a way forward. And I feel that because you've had some time perhaps apart, maybe something is going to spark contact here, which will start to bring about healing again. Ultimately, I feel this is a card of healing, a card of mending. It's certainly a card of quick action. There are children's toys in this card. There is also a house key in this card. And there is also a feeling of sports cars come to my mind when I look at this. So someone may be saving up to buy a car. There's certainly connections with children, either your children or your person may have children to someone else. But there's certainly issues to do with children this week or over the last few weeks. But there's certainly a feeling of families sort of blending together, or two lovers coming back together and healing a broken heart. There may be talks of moving in together with this house key that's here. There may be talks of the future It's certainly passion and progress. No matter what has happened between you, I would say that there is passion, there is love, there is excitement in this relationship, and that has not changed. So when you do reunite, if you do reunite, this will be a very passionate coming back together again. You know what they say, when you fall out and then you make up again, the best bit is the making up. Well, I feel this will be explosion in the bedroom of making up and making up for the lost time, the time that you've had apart. So get yourself ready. There's going to be a lot of hot sex here, I think. So I'll leave that general reading with you for this week. And as I say, I'll be back with you on Wednesday or Thursday with a more in-depth love reading for the second week of January for Aquarius. Okay, take care.